It's your boy Good in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss about the latest and the greatest of Arsenal news. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I just hope that you guys will have a wonderful time. So let's just jump into it because we have a lot of news for you guys. The reason why it's coming early than the usual timings is that I actually have I used to not make any more time because it was really getting hectic. But yes, today I have, so I will make a lovely video for you. So Samuel Chukwueze, on the most talented player he's seen at the club, he says it has to be Santi Cazorla. He's a fantastic player who can play so well with both feet. He is special and very, very talented. So Nicola Pepe on his Instagram stories did a FIFA 21 themed pre-match promotion ahead of the Europa League semi-final first leg against Villarreal. Crazy, it looks like that he might be starting the game tonight. Would love to see him though. But let's talk about Bukayo Saka going in an interview, ladies and gentlemen. So on winning the Europa League, Bukayo Saka says it would mean everything to me, to the fans, to our club, and of course it would mean a return back to the Champions League next season. It's every kid's dream to play in the Champions League and play in the biggest matches of your career. And talking about Smith Rowe, Arteta, Saka says he encourages me, I encourage him, and when we see each other do well, it makes us both smile. Also, there's an understanding you have with each other, especially on the pitch. So I think it is good to have someone like that on the pitch as well. We are always looking for each other to try and help each other and encourage each other when things are going bad. So it is good to have a mate like that in the changing room. I hope it gives a lot of academy boys at Hale inspiration, because when I was their age, if I saw this amount of boys in the first team, it would give me so much passion and inspiration and courage to say to myself that I can make the team. There is still a lot to come. And talking about Emery, Bukayo Saka said, for me, Unai deserves a lot of credit for the belief and trust he put in a lot of us. He's a good guy and a good manager. And on facing Emery's Villarreal, Saka said, it is going to be a special match, not just for me but for a lot of other young players in our team, as Unai gave us our opportunity to play for Arsenal, to give us our debuts. And talking about Freddie Ljungberg, Bukayo Saka said, Freddie texts me sometimes just to encourage me. If I have a good game, he'll say, congratulations Bukayo, well done. Just because he's no longer part of the football club, it doesn't mean that the relationship should die. And talking about a contract extension, why did he sign a contract extension at Arsenal? Saka says, for me it was just to think about what was best for my career, and I felt what was best for my career was to continue playing with Arsenal. Love it, love to see that. So Saka on stepping up for Arsenal this season, he says, I don't feel pressure from external voices. I've always wanted to have the courage to play, to be the one that's visible when everyone's heads are down. I don't think that I'm the player that's carrying Arsenal. In football it is 11 men. I don't think that I can do anything just by myself. It is a team sport. So moving on, so Dani Ceballos says that I've had a bad time that I didn't have the consistency I had last year. These last 5 or 6 games I've played at a good level. To be honest, I like La Liga a lot more. Another loan would be difficult from both sides for Real Madrid and for me. Again, premature speaking, Dani Ceballos, because the season is getting over. So Nicolas Bentner has given his verdict on Mikel Arteta. He says what he lacks in terms of stature, he makes up for it with his piercing, almost scalding gaze and an iron with almost unlike anything I've encountered before, making him near impossible to get around. That's from Bentner's autobiography, both sides. He says, like Wenger, Arteta is a true club man right now to do the soles of his feet. Even though he's deeply serious and professional, he doesn't create a bad atmosphere or give anyone a bad conscience just because their heads are screwed on differently. No way. Arteta is helpful, a leader by nature, and you can tell he's headed straight into coaching as soon as his body gives up the ghost. I don't think I've met many teammates with greater managerial potential than Arteta. Crazy to think that Arteta, I mean, of course, Bentner should know him, but so well. Wow, love to see that. So Bad Leno has opened up about the whole situation. He says, we have to be a nastier team. We all get on well, but we are often too nice on the pitch. Perhaps we are missing a proper ankle biter, someone who can take out opposition in games. And talking about the Invincible teams, he says, the Invincibles were a team with lots of warriors. Supposedly they would fight against each other every week in training. A team needs something like that. We have to defend and fight for ourselves. We miss that. This is what separates the top teams. We are too nice. We have to get out of our comfort zone. It's not about the 11 of us being friends, but that we are successful. I mean, wow, that's some really great things from Bern Leno. And David Ornstein has opened up about the whole transfer tactics that Arteta is going to talk to Stan Kroenke about. So he says, interestingly, I think from Arsenal's perspective, they don't think European status will have too much of a bearing on what they want to do with transfers. And that might hint at the idea of ownership helping financially again. So David Ornstein believes a big cash injection is going to come in. A big cash injection is going to come in. Well, will that change what we know what is happening at Arsenal? I don't think so. But yes, there is going to be a big cash injection coming in from the owners. I know you guys are still Kroenke out, but still, this is the news that I have to come up with. So, moving on. So, Pablo Mari has opened up about Gerard Moreno and the strikers of Villarreal tonight. He says, Moreno is doing fantastically. I think he's the best striker in Spain at the moment. Paco is doing great work too. They are different players, but they both have their own attributes. And we are going to be very alert to their movement and their playing style. You better be. They are the players that are really going to be important to deal with. Will Arsenal get their hands on these kind of players? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys believe in. How exactly can Arsenal deal with this whole situation? Let me know in the comments section below. And talking about other stuff that is actually happening around. So Pascal Sigan has opened up about Mikel Arteta. Yes, Pascal Sigan has opened up about Mikel Arteta, and he says that whether if he was actually asked if he is impressed with the job that Arteta is doing. So he says, for the moment, no, neither in the results or in the way we see things on the pitch. But I know that it takes time to get into the heads of the players with a new approach and a new system. So he believes in them, yeah. So Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, on his failed bid to buy Arsenal, says, honestly, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I wanted to use Arsenal to make money because it's business. I put a bid before and asked them to sell the club. They were not serious in selling the club. Crazy stuff. So it's all about making money. So Arteta says about Villarreal, they have some fantastic individual players in the final third and they can decide a game anytime. They have an ability to change system. And they can decide a game anytime, and they have an ability to change the system using either the same players or different players during a game, and that makes them very difficult to read. Let's see if that's going to be hindering anything. Chris Sutton urges Arteta to gamble on Gabriel Martinelli tonight, makes Griezmann comparison. So pundit Chris Sutton has opened up about the whole Arteta's approach for tonight's game. So this is what he has to say. He says, there is space to exploit behind this Villarreal backline. A ball over the top and a curved run from Antoine Griezmann was how Barcelona equalized against them in La Liga last week. That's a job made for Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli. Alex Lacazette and Aubameyang are struggling to be fit for this semi-final first leg. So I'd like to see the 19-year-old Brazilian in the centre-forward position. And that's exactly how he thinks that Arsenal should exploit. Crazy stuff. Wow, that's lovely to think. Martinelli start as a centre forward. Let me know what you guys think about it. So let's see how things are going to be. So talking about the only transfer news that I have for you guys is about Daniel Malin, ex-Arsenal player linked with a return to Arsenal. Daniel Malin right now is being wanted as well. So the big question is, will he be getting along well into Arsenal's midst, because a lot of clubs are interested in signing him. Barcelona were leading the race, but it looks like Liverpool have entered the race for the Arsenal target. According to Football International, Liverpool are leading Barcelona in the race to sign PSV forward Daniel Malin. Jurgen Klopp wants the talented 22-year-old to replace Divock Origi as a backup attacking option in his squad. The big question, the reason why he left Arsenal was not getting chances. Will he leave PSV for Liverpool to be a backup option somewhere else, or would he want to be the first choice in a team? That's a question for Malin to answer. I don't think so. He should be joining Liverpool. So with this, we end this episode. Join in the watch along. There's an Instagram link. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be live on Instagram talking about the Arsenal's lineup against Villarreal soon. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing. Cheers.